Hi, everyone, and welcome. I am so glad that you're here today. For this session, our first part will be recorded as I will pull a card for the collective, and then I'll be closing the session so those who are in attendance can have a personal card pulled for them and a personal message. And so that's what I will be doing. And you can always join us live on Mondays at 12 o'clock Central Time. So, with that said, let's take a gentle pause together. And if you're comfortable, you can place a hand on your heart and just soften the breath. And so let the exhale be just a little longer than the inhale. Notice your shoulders soften. Notice the support beneath you. So for this week, I'll be using the winter solstice cards. Whoop, I see one upside down there. Because I thought it was pretty fitting, being that yesterday was officially winter solstice. And actually, the last couple of weeks, I've been using the winter solstice cards. So let me go ahead and shuffle them. And so I'll pull one card that'll be for the collective for everyone. And if you would like a personal message, as I said, after I close the recorded segment part, those that are watching the replay later on, you can ask for one in the chat at the school community. I'll be glad to pull one for you there. So I'm shuffling. And if it helps, you can place your hand on your heart and ask for what you need today, trusting what will come our way. Okay, here we go. I am just going to cut the deck, and that's the one that will be there. Okay, well, actually, it wasn't very much of the deck. So this is the card. Let me bring it up here. It's darkness. So it's like kind of in an ice cave with icicles there. So just notice what's your first felt sense of the image itself. So there's no right or wrong here. Just notice the image. And so I'll read what's on the card. So the card is darkness, and the message is I courageously explore the darkness within me, knowing it holds the keys to wisdom and authenticity. Each step into the shadow is a step toward my whole self. So I'll read that again for everyone. I courageously explore the darkness within me, knowing it holds the keys to wisdom and authenticity. Each step into the shadow is a step toward my whole self. So here, I'll show you the card once again. There we go. So you may want to jot down some key points that stood out to you and how this might guide your week. So we're talking about the shadow parts of ourselves today, right? That darkness part. Maybe there's something that you're seeing for yourself here. So as I look at this, it's always good to look at that part of ourselves, the shadow part of ourselves. Sometimes we keep that hidden and we don't want to look at it. We want to hide from it. Maybe we don't want to deal with what is going on, right, within us. But as the card says, it holds the keys. There's where the insights can come in. And when we are exploring this, and if we're authentic with ourselves, if we're clear with ourselves, that we're not hiding it, so to speak, that we can receive so much from that part of ourselves. You know, this time of year, right? We've got the holidays, and probably some of these old memories have been coming up. Maybe other, feelings, things you don't want to look at. Oh, I don't want to go to the holidays, or whatever it may be for you personally. But when we take that step into looking at what that is, maybe what that fear is, maybe what that obstacle is, maybe what that, well, I'm hearing the word permission right now. So giving yourself permission to look at this, or to not look at it if it doesn't feel safe. And maybe sometimes we need to be in a space where we can look at those shadows. Maybe we need to spend time in nature or spend time in meditation so that we can access that part. And that part's always there. It's whenever we are ready, right? Whenever we are ready to take a look within and see what the wisdom is there for us. And our inner wisdom talks to us also from the light, but also when we're in that, I know a lot of times this time of year, and certainly I have felt this way in the past, where, maybe there was some depressing feelings, that sort of thing, maybe pretty emotional, that sort of thing. Our inner wisdom still speaks during those times to maybe comfort us, to tell us it's okay to take a rest. And as some of you know, I've been talking about that during the winter solstice 21 days journey that we were doing in the school community, as well as some of our meditations. We're looking at that compassion, and this week we're looking at it's okay to step back. Right? We can honor ourselves if we can set that boundary. Like if we're having our holiday celebrations, it's okay to take a step outside and get some fresh air. It's okay to not go to an event. It's okay to say, hey, I'm just going to rest. I'm going to curl up in my fuzzy blanket and just rest and have a cup of tea. Right? It's okay to not have those conversations, whatever it may be. And I know for myself, that's something that I gave myself permission for many years ago. I don't really celebrate the holiday like a lot of people do. I chose a peaceful path a long time ago where I just wanted a peaceful existence. And when we put peace as our one goal, everything that we do leads to that goal. Every practice we have, every conversation we have. That's not saying I never get angry or sad or anything like that at all. It just means that I want to choose the peaceful path in everything that I do. And so, for myself, now my husband likes to celebrate a little bit more than I do. And it's certainly for the grandkids, and our kids, because we have 6 kids between us, we certainly get them, gifts, send them gifts. And, the grandkids will be here next weekend, January 1st through the 3rd. And we'll be, we have gifts for them as well. But individually, it's not about giving gifts to each other or anything like that at all. And it's come out of a lot of things that I have done over the years. I know I think I talked last week during the poll about, I used to teach a workshop called Unplug the Christmas Machine for many, many years, coming out of when I used to work for the YWCA many, many, many years ago. And it's a book, so you can find it on Amazon too. And it's just, what is more important to me? What do I value? Right? And it's okay to value the celebration. It's okay to value family time. It's okay to value all that stuff. It's like, but what are those areas where you feel depleted, right? Because we can. I mean, I know I used to. I mean, I used to bake like 15 different kinds of cookies and all these different things when my kids were very young. It's like, what do I value? What's important? And that's actually what that book is about. Is there's a checklist and everything, and you look at what are the pieces of it that you value. And so maybe it is this hibernation, into the darkness and just being like, I. It's so funny because I just bought a Sherpa blankets for the studio, and it's like I was watching everybody over the weekend because they were brand new that they were using this weekend besides the Mexican blankets, and just watching how everybody cocooned, right? And they felt so warm and safe, heated rice bags and the whole thing. And it's like sometimes we need that to get in touch with ourselves and to find what is needed, right? So let me see what else was it said here. More authenticity. So it's being honest with ourselves, right? With what it is that we need, how we need to honor ourselves. And that's why I said, and it was in the talk that I shared on the school community on YouTube today, and it was also in the meditation, the 7-minute meditation, is that just what I said earlier is that if I need to take a step back, if I need to do something else, because we are important. And sometimes as women, we try to do for everybody, but we forget about ourselves and what is nurturing for ourselves. And this is probably why years ago that I got involved in all of this, because it was time to just really look at myself. And it's not selfish, it's self care. And we forget about that it is self care in doing that. So let's read it one more time in case anything else inspires here. I courageously explore the darkness within me, knowing it holds the keys to wisdom and authenticity. Each step into the shadow is a step toward my whole self. And the thing is I know, and probably you are realizing this too, the more that you reflect on this, right, the more inspirations are going to come through. And that's usually what happens to me is like I get even more after we sign off for the from the session. So how might this guide your week today? Maybe there's a small step that you can take today with whatever came for you in this idea of the darkness. And I'll just show that card one more time. Whatever came to you in that. So maybe there's one word that you can come up with right now in your mind that this card brings up for you. If you want, you could just type that word into the chat, or you could just say your word quietly to yourself, whatever that one word is. Somebody typed in home. And so close your eyes for a moment and just inhale that word in. Whatever that word is for you right now. And then that's another word somebody had just saw, reflective awareness. Wonderful. And then let's exhale that out into the week ahead, the holiday week ahead. And easy breaths. So, what and how will you practice it this week? I always say you might want to put your word or a few jotted insights, maybe on your refrigerator, on your dresser, or like I'm thinking I have my little winter solstice altar still on my dresser from when we were doing the 21 days. Mirror, wherever, on your desk, whatever helps you. Or you can write it in a journal, whatever it's for you. So I'm going to close the recorded segment now so I can do private pools for those in attendance and those that are watching the replay, and even you who are here. Thank you so much for being here. And may this message support your week. And if the card spoke to you, consider one small action today to honor it. So may you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be peaceful and at ease. Thank you all for being here.